true. Now who said what? Oh, that's so new. Royal voices with the business just for you. Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Yeah. What is going on, y'all? We are here for episode motherfucking 14 of Royal Voices Podcast. Get into it. I know that's right. Listen, y'all. I just, as the episodes continue to progress and things continue to flourish and grow and move, it's just a reminder on the daily almost of how much energy, effort, time goes into these things. So once again, I'm tooting my own horn because good job, King. Keep moving this motherfucker forward. I don't want to be here for a long time on today. You know what I mean? I want to be here for a good time, not a long time. But we got some things to get into. Before I do all of that, if you are new to the show, this is Royal Voices Podcast, the official podcast of Kingdom, a creative hub for music, art, and fashion, a space where we uplift creatives in a variety of ways through networking, engagement, spotlighting, and a ton of other things. So make sure you stay on board with everything that we're doing by following us on the socials. Kingdom is kvngdom.co on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow the podcast as well, Royal Voices Podcast, all one word, on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well. Go ahead and get into that. That's where you are now. And then, of course, the host, your kid, the king, Josh, that's me, on Instagram at _JAYTHEDON _ and the link tree in my bio has access to everything else I get involved in. And then last but certainly not least, Kingdom Essentials is out now. Go ahead and get your Kingdom drip on kingdom.com. That's kvngdom.com. Y'all better hurry up before I shut that site down for a little bit, okay? You've heard it here. It's going to be paused for a little bit. I know we entering the holiday season and all that kind of stuff. I want to get some revamp before 2026 come up in here. So go ahead and get into it while you can. All right. Now, like I said before, y'all, I got my water going. Shout out to Dunkin'. Got my water out here, not sponsored. So I want to sponsor that, so I'm cool with that too. I've been moving, grooving, getting a lot of things done. I'll fill y'all in later in the episode, but y'all, it's a lot going on. It's busy in this world. It's motherfucking busy. So with that being said, let's us get into our first topic of today, being the politics segment. Yes, that's our political music. Y'all know I love doing a little intro for that. It's a key. It's a little montage moment. Now, y'all, as I've said in prior episodes, politics really is not my favorite topic. It really, truly is not. But it's so important for us to know what the hell is going on around us because, y'all, we are in a weird-ass timeline. And I don't think the severity of things are resonating with people solely because a lot of things aren't impacting people directly yet. That's the caveat I'm noticing is people are hearing things, reading things, outraged at things, but not realizing the level of shit that's happening. The amount of things that are being eroded daily. I want to read these things today. Again, we're sharing the high level information of things going on. My goal is to always have you all go read. Google is free. I put the articles down below every single episode for you to go ahead and peruse your own things and make your own critical thoughts. Okay? Let's make being an intellectual cool again. Let's make comprehension skills and intuitive thinking cool again. All right. First on the docket, the White House, y'all, is being torn down. Not all of it, but the East Wing, I should say, of the White House has been demolished. Yes, I know. This is coming way from this current Trump admin who are looking to install a new ballroom to entertain guests. So I'm going to read this article here from The Guardian, which again will be listed down below. But this headline reads, "What is the White House East Wing and why has it been torn down in Trump's renovation plans?" It was confirmed on Friday that the East Wing of the White House has now been completely destroyed days after construction started on the planned $300 million ballroom that Donald Trump is adding to the historic building. The demolition marked a reversal of Trump's earlier promise in July that none of the White House's existing infrastructure would be torn down during construction of the ballroom. The rapid pace of the project, coupled with images of rubble at the president's residence, has elected a chorus of disgust among White House alumni and presidential historians, while the Trump administration has dismissed the criticism as manufactured outrage. I really want to make sure, as I continue reading articles throughout this day, that we understand the way in which this Trump administration is trying to diminish the things in which this administration receives criticism for. Okay? They do this a lot for a lot of different shit, but just be aware they try to minimize and diminish any level of criticism they receive, or they try to place it on somebody else to be blamed for it. All right. Now, what is the East Wing? The East Wing was first known as the East Terrace and was built during the presidency of Theodore Roosevelt in 1902. Franklin Roosevelt created the East Wing in its current form in 1942 to add working space during the war, but also to conceal an underground bunker that had been constructed for the president and staff. All right? Just want to make sure I note that, because I got to come back to that too. Over time, it became the home base for First Lady and her staff. It was also the home of the Jacqueline Kennedy Garden. Now, what can we expect from the new ballroom? This is the space that Trump is trying to build now. Trump has complained that the White House needs a large entertaining space, and the East Room is too small, with capacity for only 200 people. The 90,000 square foot ballroom will dwarf the main White House at nearly double the size. This is bigger than the main White House, and Trump says it will accommodate 1,000 people. Rendering released by the White House suggests a strong resemblance to the gilded ballroom at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's private club and home in Palm Beach, Florida. The White House has said the ballroom will be ready for use well before Trump term ends in January of 2029, an ambitious timeline. The other reports that I've seen about this has alleged that it'll be completed by next year at the earliest. So this is a very, very rapid project being built and a thing going on very, very quickly. Now, I do want to make note as well, Trump did not go through the proper procedures and channels in order to establish this new motherfucking building. Caroline Lovett, who gets on my motherfucking nerves, she is basically trying to cushion the blow by saying people before Trump has renovated the building and stuff like that. And she's going back to like the 1930s and all of this stuff. Now, I'm going to just say, because again, I'm going to pause there and give y'all the article down below, but in my opinion, this is textbook authoritarian monumentalism. And for those who don't know what that is, authoritarian monumentalism is basically when dictators, tyrants, kings try to build construction in order to throw their name on something and stroke their motherfucking ego. Okay, you've seen this throughout history, Babylonian times, the Nazi regime. You've seen this in Stalin's era. You've seen this a lot where people will build these large buildings, these large monuments to themselves and justify it by saying it's for the people or it's for the new age, it's for the new era, throw their name on it, and that's their way in an attempt to try to force a legacy. Right. Now, this to me, again, it's on brand with Trump because that's what he does. He's a man who needs validation to feel important. They do things and they try to force things and they try to assert power in spaces that they don't really have it. And a lot of the time, especially in authoritarian approaches, monuments and buildings are really created in order to try to overwhelm and create awe for those who attend. Because I forget the term for it. It's a psychologist term for it, that basically when a building is built and constructed, like the Taj Mahal, for example, it can be so crazy, like as architecture, so overwhelming that it psychologically asserts a sense of dominance. It asserts a sense of allegiance. This is very, again, prevalent in the Nazi regime. And I keep bringing this up because I would encourage people to think about the whys of this ballroom being built, right? I wrote on a few whys for y'all, and I want y'all to think about this. Why is this project happening now? Especially actively, currently, when the government is shut down. And apparently there's no money to fund the government, but there's money available to construct this place. I would also encourage y'all to ask, why is it being expedited for completion? I would encourage y'all to ask yourselves, why is there 37 donors for this? I was going to go through the list of the donors, but y'all, I would encourage y'all again to go ahead and do your research. I can name a few: Apple, Microsoft, Google, T-Mobile. There's a lot of donors who's contributing to fund this new building. And then really just ask, why is this needed to begin with? You get what I'm saying? You want a bigger ballroom to entertain guests. All right. One other thing I do want to bring attention to is historic parallel, right? When we think about things throughout history, this administration has been compared a lot to the Nazi regime. Authoritarian in nature, the way they've been moving through government, consolidating power, the way they're just neglecting your rights. A lot of right-wing ideology aligns with the man with the mustache. A lot of right-wing leaders currently in this administration, from the cabinet to the state levels, governors, mayors, have tattoos and paraphernalia that, again, advocate for the ideologies of the man with the mustache, as well as documented conversations, like leaked group chats of grown-ass men. They're not kids. 30 plus, advocating for gas chambers if you do not align with their political ideologies. We also have individuals casually dressing up as Nazis and saying, oh, it's Halloween. I would really encourage y'all to do some historical research between the years of 1935 and 1936. The man with the mustache, started construction of an underground bunker called, I think it's called the Führer bunker. The Führer bunker. It's a German word. The Führer bunker. That was located underneath a ballroom that was constructed on top of it. And this space specifically was called the New Reich Chancellery. And it was home to the man with the mustache and the HQ for the regime of the Nazi Party. Now, if you heard in the article originally, there is also a bunker that was built originally during Roosevelt's time underneath that ballroom space. And I want y'all to understand that this eventually became the spot that the man with the mustache ran to unalive himself when the jig was up, when shit got real sticky. I mention this because history has a odd way of looping itself, right? The saying goes, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. And I will say we are in a time right now where it's like this bitch is boomeranging. We in the boomerang time. Y'all are losing rights. People are forgetting history. They're actively whitewashing history at museums, tearing down monuments. Trump is actively trying to convince y'all he wasn't the president during January 6th. Think about these things and the why behind them. We have to be more attentive to the world in which we're in. Too many people are complacent, and y'all gonna fuck around and find out. It may not be in your face at your door right now, but by that point, it's too late. And y'all have to get more attuned to thinking about why this administration moves so similar to the Nazi regime. Literally, why are they having the same memorabilia? The same playbook tactics. The math doesn't math. And again, like I said before, there's some articles stating that this project will be done in 2026, which ironically would be 90 years since the completion of the Fuhrer bunker. Almost like an ode to the regime in which this administration moves so similarly to. And a lot of y'all say, oh, because people aren't in gas chambers, because people aren't being rounded up. But simultaneously, y'all ignoring ICE raids that are happening. Y'all like simultaneously ignoring the fact that this administration made makeshift camps, have been deporting people with no due process. Y'all don't know where these people are. People are missing. You have people being kidnapped off the streets. They cannot show their faces. Like the Gestapo. I would encourage y'all to do more research, okay? The White House being torn down can be seen as this old building being renovated. But y'all need to start thinking deeper. Start thinking deeper. Because this administration thinks y'all stupid. With that one, we're going to go on to our next story. All right, next up, we are talking about SNAP benefits, y'all. Yeah, it's a little bit of a sad one. I'm not going to lie. Because this is impacting people now. Like I told y'all before, things are starting to come to your front door. And if you don't receive SNAP benefits and things like that, you do receive subsidized crops and food and things like that, higher prices, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and read this article I have from AP News that kind of breaks down what the hell is going on with all this SNAP benefits things. So the headline reads, Trump administration posts notice that no federal food aid will go out starting November 1st. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has posted a notice on its website saying federal food aid will not go out on November 1st, raising the stakes for families nationwide as the government shutdown drags on. The new notice comes after the Trump administration said it would not tap roughly $5 billion in contingency funds to keep benefits through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly referred to as SNAP, flowing into November. That program helps about 1 in 8 Americans buy groceries. Bottom line, the well has run dry, the USDA notice says. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. We are approaching an inflection point for Senate Democrats. The shutdown, which began October 1st, is now the second longest on record, which the first longest on record was during Trump's first term. So the top two ever in history belongs to Donald J. Trump. While the Republican administration took steps leading up to the shutdown to ensure SNAP benefits were paid this month, the cutoff would expand the impact of the impasse to a wider swath of Americans, and some of those most in need, unless a political resolution is found in just a few days. Trump's administration, currently blames Democrats who say they will not agree to reopen the government until Republicans negotiate with them on extending expiring subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. Republicans say Democrats must first agree to reopen the government before negotiation. So I'm going to pause there because if you've noticed, like I told you in the first story, this administration likes to place blame on Democrats and other people versus the fact that they have control of the government right now. The presidency, the House, the Senate, all Republican dominated. So this mindset that it's the Democrats' fault. Don't get me wrong, the motherfuckers annoying. Democrats be soft as hell, want to talk about every damn thing, want to fight fire with fire. I get it. But this is not on them. This is on the Republicans at this point in time. And that's not opinion, not a talking point. It's a fact. So I'm going to share that aspect of what Democrats want when it comes to the healthcare aspect as to why they're not siding with Republicans at this time. So this article also comes from AP News, and it states government shutdown drags on as healthcare compromise remains elusive. So to hear party leaders talk the seventh day of the government shutdown, this was a minute ago. This was, I want to say, where was this posted? This was out in October 7th, so earlier in the month. That the Democrats are seeking negotiations on expiring healthcare subsidies, while Republicans say they won't discuss it or any other policy until government reopens. The two sides are also offering starkly different visions, I should say, of the Affordable Care Act and how to deal with the expanded premium assistance that will soon expire for millions of people. Democrats want the aid extended specifically, while Republicans insist the subsidized healthcare system is broken and must be cut back. Democrats' position has not changed, said Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer. We want the same thing that an overwhelming majority of Americans want, which is to end the shutdown and halt the healthcare crisis that will send premiums spiking for tens of millions of people. House Speaker Mike Johnson met with Senate Republicans on Tuesday and said the party is 100% united, which he said is a good place to be in. It's unclear how the impasse will end, even as hundreds of thousands of federal workers are going unpaid and many government services are slowed or suspended. Democrats believe the public is on their side as the fight to keep COVID-era subsidies, but health care is also one of the most intractable issues in Congress, and a real compromise is unlikely to be easy or quick. Now, I do want to make a note because the big, beautiful bill is the fact that a lot of healthcare programs, including Medicaid, is cut. That's there. It's stuck. It's up. It is what it is. But this now, Republicans want to further cut. Understand that. They want to further cut healthcare access for millions of people. So people already are going to not have Medicare, which is also Obamacare. They're not going to have any coverage there. And if you are still in the program, or if you still have health coverage, your premiums, your co-pays are going to increase. For some, 300%, 200%. So now I've also seen a lot of Republican-led states are now sharing the numbers of how many people will be impacted by these healthcare conversations that are going on right now. And on average, people are going to be paying about $23,000 more. $23,000 more in healthcare coverage for bills y'all ain't paying now. Unfortunately, we are in the era of fuck around and find out. And a lot of y'all who have supported this administration are learning the hard way. Because y'all forget, a lot of y'all are poor. A lot of the individuals supporting this party is poor. You receive SNAP benefits. You receive Medicare, Obamacare. You receive Section 8. You receive so many things provided and funded by the government. And somehow, some way, they used your bigotry your hatred for other people, your misogyny, your homophobia to overshadow the fact that you will be really hurt by the policies in which this administration is pushing. Farmers, y'all are gagging right now because y'all thought Trump was the Messiah. Don't understand that one. A lot of farms, a lot of people can't get rid of their crops because of tariffs. So you're sitting there with produce you can't use, you can't sell, and there's countries that buy specific things. Fuck around and find out. I talked to God about these kind of things, y'all, and unfortunately, he has shown some people, some of the things we're experiencing, it has to be experienced because people have gotten complacent and people have prioritized and put division so far ahead of unity. This is where we are. There's a price to racism. There's a price to homophobia. There's a price. And at this point, a lot of y'all still aren't comprehending. It's about money on at this point. It's about money on at this point. And if you ain't got it, baby, you in danger. If you a person of color, LGBT, woman, anything, it's double. Don't get me wrong. That's intersectionality for those who don't know what that is. But at this point in time, this era, it's about rich and poor. Everything this administration is doing is to benefit the wealthy. It's to benefit the wealthy. I've said it before in the prior episodes. This episode, this era of Trump and friends is about money. And if you ain't got it, baby, you in danger. Sorry. That's where it's at. Trump told y'all what he was on during his campaign. Y'all saw his inauguration day, baby. For the first time in history, he had millionaires behind him. Not his cabinet, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of ChatGPT. Like, what? You officially entered an oligarchy and you're gagging. And it's not us. We're not the ones. The ones who voted the right way. The ones who voted the correct way on November 4th, we not gagging because we voted the way we did because we knew what was going to come down the pipeline. But the ones who supported this, the ones who I thought he was going to save the day. I thought he was going to. You're gagging because you're realizing you're poor. Yeah, you may be white. You may feel you're a real working man. You may feel you put up, you own the libs, but you're still poor. You're still living paycheck to paycheck, baby. And now, unfortunately, that's the beautiful thing of America. We all got to experience it. That's the gag. Everybody got to go through the shit. And the difference is so many people are not prepared. Some people never even experience these things. You get what I'm saying? We've experienced those things. My communities, my family, my friends, we've experienced that. What you gonna eat today? I don't, child. We gonna figure it out. How you gonna get to work? Oh, shit. I don't know. We gonna figure it out. But for so many of y'all, you've never been in this predicament. For so many of y'all never been in this situation. And that's terrifying to y'all. And now you're looking around like, what should we do? Well, I'm gonna tell you what y'all should do. My advice at this time is to unify. Yep. It's time to unify. It's time to lean on your neighbor. It's time to build community. Get out of that hateful ass, stupid ass shit. Racism makes no sense. It makes no sense. It never made sense. Homophobia makes no sense. You're worried about the wrong things. You worry about trans people. Baby, you can't afford groceries. You worry about who using what bathroom. Baby, you can't get to work. You ain't getting paid right now. You get what I'm saying? Unify. Community. That's the true thing against things like this, is when you have resources. I got this, you got this, let's share. That's the downfall in every one of them apocalyptic ass movies and things like that. When people turn against each other and it becomes defend yourself by yourself on your own, all this other stuff, that's when shit hits the fan. We have such an issue of coming together. It's hard to break something up when it's together. Don't y'all understand that analogy of the sticks? I can break one stick, but if I put sticks together in a bundle, I can't break them hoes. That's where we need to be at right now. For people out there who have a little bit more extra, give some away to those who don't have any. If you can cover that expense, go ahead and cover it for that person who can't give anything. Donate. Food pantries. Care packages. We entering a winter and child. Winter down the street. Not fuck around the corner, down the street. And she coming quick. Donate coats and long johns, stockings, all them kind of stuff. Snowsuits, boots. We have to come together. We have to unify. And if we don't unify, if it continues being this me versus you thing, and I mean specifically around the way in which that hatred is there. Understand, we can't agree to disagree about racism. We can't agree to disagree about things that impact somebody else's existence. Life. Those are not talking points. Racism isn't an opinion. Sexual assault isn't an opinion. Pedophilia is not an opinion. And somehow y'all have allowed this administration of people to convince you they're talking points. Well, I could see, shut the fuck up. You are weird. Some of y'all simply are demons and really won't stop until you beamed up. Y'all are, it's getting crazy. Stuff like that we're not gonna work around. But when I say come together, you have to unlearn that stupid ass shit that you have occupied in your mind for so damn long. So come together, unify, and for those who are struggling, who can't set aside that racism, who can't set aside that xenophobia, who can't set aside just all that anger in their motherfucking heart, ask yourself, are you willing to die for it? Are you willing to die behind that anger in your heart? Are you willing to not eat because you're so angry? Are you willing to not get paid for work because you're so angry and angry at nothing but yourself and your insecurity? I'm done there. We're going on to our next story. Now, for this last space of the segment, it ain't even around no story. It ain't even no headline to read. It's just a reminder. The world of this political space, I'm using this because a lot of the shit in which we're talking about is not even political. I get my point. The disassociation from reality and the way in which this administration is just blatantly lying is truly concerning. It's never been seen before. It has never been at this magnitude. The way this administration just blatantly lies and not only just make shit up, but I genuinely mean like make some stuff up and then try to force people to believe it. Y'all, that's one of the tenets of fascism. The one of the 14 points of fascism. You're denying fact. I'm not surprised by it once again because, again, this administration, specifically Trump, has lied so much the first term. But this individual has lied so much, every major news outlet created fact checkers, kept lying, and got mad at the people fact checking in real time. Do y'all realize that? You have AI systems going back up behind what the hell people are saying and correcting you. Y'all don't know what's real no more. Y'all don't know what to believe no more. And we are at a point now with the age of AI, it's creating videos. You're willingly uploading your face, your pictures to platforms. I'm telling you now, one day you're going to have a video created about you that you never made. Somebody's going to be framed for some shit they never did through AI systems. They're using these things in grocery stores. They're using these things in surveillance. And that's all on top of an administration and a presidency that's lying. So I just want to take this second to make some notes. And I'm going to keep saying these things because this podcast is a space not only of truth, but integrity, authenticity, and not just in that political space, but in that creative realm specifically. Our job as creatives is to reflect the world in which we're in. Do not fall for the stupid shit. Y'all really have to wake up. It's not just buzzwords. I know it's annoying sometimes. It's us overwhelming. I don't want to hear about it. But y'all, the alarm bell should be going off, because when you normalize the little shit, it becomes bigger shit down the line. Nip it in the bud, quick, faster, and in a hurry. So I'm going to go ahead really quick and just run down a few things to make sure you're aware of who's doing what. Okay? And again, research. Please use centralized sources. Reuters, AP News, BBC, media platforms that are not biased. Truth may not always align with what you want to feel. Some things will be true and will hurt your feelings, and that's okay. But you cannot allow your feelings to distort, diminish, or negate what reality is. Okay? So, really quick, this administration, like I told you before, likes to blame Democrats for anything getting negative backlash. They like to make some shit up about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Obama for shit that they're doing. Like I told you before, Trump is trying to convince people he wasn't the motherfucking president during January 6th riots. During that insurrection. He's been naming people who wasn't even in office. I know the Democrats got their issues. Don't get me wrong. But y'all associate things with what's true. The Democrats didn't cause this shutdown. Okay? Trump admin is causing inflation because of tariffs, because of the policies that are being pushed forward. They are adding to the national debt. That big, beautiful bill alone added $3+ trillion to the national deficit. Understand these things. Trump admin is leading to increased political violence and literally had the studies hidden because it showed that white nationalism and hate crimes and hate groups aligned with that right-wing ideology is leading in violence politically. Trump is on the Epstein list. He in them files. He in the book. And I would encourage y'all, coincidentally, every single time this topic comes up, something happens, like Charlie Kirk, which is still confusing to me because y'all created a whole spectacle around that boy death and none of y'all knew who the hell he was. Y'all had a WWE SmackDown tournament style funeral. Jimmy Kimmel gets canceled. Epstein's files. White House changes. Epstein files. Y'all, that list got to be a doozy. That list got to be some, baby. That list got to be crazy. The lady who's, she ain't even get sworn in yet. My God, today. Trump admin is the reason the government is shut down. And the reason federal workers are not getting paid while simultaneously giving $300 million to build a new part of a building for entertainment space. Also while issuing bonus checks to ICE and giving $40 billion to Argentina, but they ain't got the money to fund the government. Trump admin is the reason millions of people will not have food to eat, and then went further to cut $500 million from food banks and pantries. And all of this while tripling the prices of healthcare and or removing people from healthcare altogether in order to pay for tax cuts for his friends. People who are millionaires, billionaires, can receive tax cuts. Republicans have the House, Republicans have the Senate. Republicans have the presidency, not the Democrats. So despite what this cognitively declining, narcissistic, loose skin orange man is telling y'all, despite what the White House is posting on their page, despite whatever hateful rhetoric commercials you see at the airport, on your timeline, realize who the culprits behind the things actually are. Use your brain. Be able to discern between propaganda and charged language and division tactic. Trans people are not a threat. You are concerned about bathrooms people are using and not the rapists you have in the White House, allegedly. Gay people are not the threat. Black and brown people are not the threat. Immigrants are not the threat. With that being said, this will conclude our political segment, and I'm praying that y'all get more engaged in your day-to-day before you wake up to a knock at your door. Y'all be safe in these streets. Be loving or be nothing. And think of how you can support the next person if you are able to do so. Okay. That really pisses me off, girl. Like, oh my gosh. Like, y'all, we are in some weird, spooky times. And people don't be giving a fuck until it's at their door. My God, my God, my God. Now, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the fun shit, because I'm tired of that. Let's go ahead and let's talk about it with King. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here with it. So, y'all, you know, the world of entertainment is just going crazy right now. I did first want to get into this Megan Thee Stallion Lover Girl. How did y'all hear about this new song, this new space? How did y'all feel about it? Was it good? Was it So recently, Megan Thee Stallion put out a new song called Lover Girl, which I believe was a snippet released a few months ago that got a little bit of focus and attention, and now she has the full song out. Y'all, and I'm gonna just be transparent. I'm gonna be transparent because that's what we do here on this show. Y'all, I personally did not really care for that damn song. I'm sorry, it didn't really do anything for me. You know, Megan gonna shake some ass. Body T. I just didn't understand the need for that song at this time. I also didn't understand the video. Like the video, I didn't really care for the video either. I know I know. The video was cute. It was cute. I feel like sometimes in Megan's spaces, she tries to like make everything an ass thrower song. You know what I mean? That was meant to be like a grown and sexy vibe for me. In my mind, if she would have sat still in like a little in like a robe, had her hair up, had some ice on, and just gave like bougie, I got some wine here, I'm sitting here, like just gave you face, gave you mug, and was rapping, that video would have went a lot harder, in my opinion. The song is cool, but I just didn't really care for it. I'm pretty sure it'll be featured in stuff because it has that tone to carry a little bit. But outside, I don't have nothing to say about that damn song, y'all. And it really wasn't anything. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't earth shattering. It didn't really do anything. It really didn't do anything. I did see her live stream about, you know, her to like there's bots that get paid to hate on her and all of that. And I did just wanna say, I don't think it's bots, y'all. I really do feel that Megan hate is real. You feel me? And it's not just Megan. Hey, I do feel like she gives like lesser things sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel there's this. A lot of people don't like this girl, and I think it's a real like just like I talk about Nikki. It's people who don't like y'all for real. And don't get me wrong, I know the world of bots exists, and if Nikki getting bots, if Cardi getting bots, I'm not surprised Megan's getting bots. I'm pretty sure a portion of that is bots. But I think a lot of it is people's genuine reactions. And I'm saying this because y'all been doing this to this girl since Good News dropped. Oh, y'all quiet now. Oh, they quiet now. Oh, they quiet now. Since Good News dropped, y'all been on this girl ankles. Okay, y'all did the Citramazine. I can't say the hate is a bought thing. I think a lot of it is genuine, and I really feel like it come from the Megan fans, cause y'all will say y'all do this to my girl Cash Doll too, and it pisses me off. Y'all will sit and gas up little things, snippets. Y'all will gas up moments on TikTok and moments on Instagram, little things here and there. Y'all will gas up teasers. But then when some shit actually drop, when that merch come out, when them ticket sales come out, you know what I mean? When that new album drop, y'all don't go buy the album. Y'all don't buy the merch. Y'all don't buy the tickets to the concerts. It pisses me off. Cause support the people in the creatives in which you really do fuck with. Oh God. And y'all, I'm saying this as a person, I really do love me some Megan. I don't ever want it to be like, oh, Josh don't like Megan. Josh don't like. No, I do. I love me some Megan. Megan Mondays was a key. Hello? Running up the band trying to ball till I fall. What are you talking about? In the Gucci store for them tear this bitch down. Money on my phone. Yeah, like a lick calls. Was it like a drug? He had a withdrawal. Money, I need more. Get it, I should go. Like, stop playing with her. That pen pushes. And honestly, I think since the beef started, since she started engaging in that hateful shit. Well, no, not even the beef. I think it started with the whole Tory stuff. That's where the mess started for real. Ever since then, it's just been a challenge for my girl. But I feel like she really is one of them ones. She writes, that pen works, and I know it do. But she get caught up. She get caught up in all the extra rah-rah, all the extra behind the noise. And if y'all could just get up in this booth and rap. Just get up in these booths and rap. Fuck them other girls. Get up in the booth, write, rap, put that shit out and go hard. Y'all would be so far. Same with what's her name? Lotto. Lotto be out the way. She don't probably she be out the way. Got into it that one time. Took that advice from Nicki about them damn wigs, and she kept pushing. But y'all need to stop feeding into the bullshit, into the chaos, into all the extra drama of the music space. It's annoying. And it's impacting y'all skill. It's impacting y'all content. It's impacting y'all engagement. Don't get me wrong, the fans are a big contributing piece to that. The fans will sit and rile some shit up all day, make beef out of nothing to begin with, and contribute to a lot of these back and forths. But it's starting to get dry. It's starting to get really dry. And then when things like this happen, that's where Nicki come in and swoop up every damn thing. Cause y'all keep forgetting, y'all keep trying to argue with this lady, not realizing she's been in this bitch longer than all of y'all. So that fan base she got is cemented. I don't care how delusional Nicki get. Y'all, it's a lot of people who will be unwavering. Like, she has a cult following. That's why I've told y'all several times over the years when I was doing YouTube regular videos and stuff about the crazy barbs and the sane barbs. It's a lot more crazy ones than y'all realize. And again, I understand Nicki problematic. Hey, I will not argue with you there. But that pen, that music, unfuckwittable. The stats, the sales, unfuckwittable. So you'll keep thinking that that's the goal, that's the flow. I gotta be Nicki, I gotta be Nicki, I gotta be Cardi, I gotta be. Ignore all these other girls. Megan, I'm saying this to you specifically, Megan, because girl, you my Aquarius sister. My Aquarius sister. Fuck all this other people. Get in the booth and eat them up. All my Aquariuses know. If we give it up, we give it up. Stop playing with them and get in that booth. Now I'm hoping that this song was just a little 1-2 for the TikTok girlies, the kids of the world, my man, my baby, whatever. Do your thing. But I'm hoping she come back and deliver some, choke us, gag us, foot on necks. Come on, Megan. Come on, Megan. I know it's in you. I know it's the, I've seen it. Hello? Hottie coach, what's going on? Yes. Megan can really be that girl. Megan can really dethrone Nicki. Y'all hate when I say that. Y'all don't like when I say that, but I mean that. I really mean that. Nobody right now got the longevity Nicki Minaj has. Don't get me wrong. So this is a long game, but when I say Megan could possibly dethrone Nicki, I mean in the sense of that longevity. If Megan play her cards right, because she has the talent. And that's the difference with Nicki. Nicki has the talent a lot of the girls don't have. That's the difference. And I know I've said talent isn't the only thing carrying you forward nowadays, but talent is a big piece of longevity. Talent is a big piece of not being a popcorn artist, here today, gone tomorrow. Talent is what separates people who cool, people who good with people who great. Talent sustains that longevity, and Megan has that talent to be here for decades if she plays her cards right. So Megan, get in the booth, baby. Ignore all the rah-rah. Ignore all the bait. Ignore all the hate. And get in that booth and write. Nicki had the same thing when she was coming up. Who is this girl? What's she wearing? She a joke. All these voices. I'm tired of this lady. She crazy. That was 15, 20 years ago now. Wasn't that 2009, 2010, 2012? We in 2025. And Nicki's still that girl. So the hate come with the territory, baby. Stick with it. Don't excuse it. Peep it. Take it. Channel it. Take it and channel it. And when you come, tell them get they change cups. Because these my bitches don't ever change. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this song Lover Girl personally. Now, that's a king rule of a nay. But Megan, as an artist, as a creative, okay? I'm telling you, she's one of them ones. And she can really be one of them ones if she just do not feed into the bullshit. Focus, baby. Focus. I'm done. I'm gonna leave that where that's at. So next up, we have the versus battle that happened in Vegas with Cash Money and No Limit, y'all. I just wanted to cover this really quick. I thought this was gonna get more attention than what it did. I think honestly, and this is something my friends shared. I think people forget Cash Money is not Young Money, Cash Money. You get what I'm saying? It ain't YMCMB. It's two different things. And I think I think a lot of people, when that flyer dropped, Again, don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you what the consensus has been from some of the younger folks. I think the younger people assumed Cash Money was YMCMB with Nicki and Lil Chucky and Wayne and Drake. I think people assumed that lineup. So I think I think that was a little disconnect with the generations of today. But yeah, I heard the I didn't watch the whole thing. I heard little snippets of it. But the verse battle seemed like it did pretty well with the audience who knew what the hell they were coming to go into and tune into. I know there's been a lot of follow up behind this verses with people like trying to get sued for not being involved. Master P put out an album right before the verses. So shout out to P. Yeah, it was a really good, and this was the return of verses. So it was really good to see it back in effect. I really do hope that verses continues to bring generations together, and I really hope that verses continues to bring artists and groups together that have equal lineups. Like this one to me was very equal for the culture specifically, and I think we always get into the debate of what justifies the win of a versus battle, right? Is it cultural impact? Is it how many people know them words? Is it this which song was more successful? That's the part I think creates the dialogue and the debate behind the versus battles. I remember when it happened with Monica and Brandy, when it happened with Ashanti and Keisha Cole, things like that. I would love to see some versus battles with people from like the 2010s, because I do think the longevity people have started to get up in there a little bit. People like Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Nicki. I think, NBA Youngboy could be a person up in there. Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Just people who are a little more recent, but still ain't been around as long as, the 90s and stuff like that may go. That could be a really good addition to that space. And I think the audience would be a lot more diverse in that space. So welcome back, Versus. Shout out to Cash Money. Shout out to No Limit. Good show put on. And again, great groups that really contributed to the culture. You know what I'm saying? Juvenile Back to Acid gonna always be a staple. You know what I mean? Now, me and my fraternity brother had thought about this too when it comes to some of those bangers of those times and how they're still carried on in the culture today. I really do wonder, like in 2040, 2050, are these songs still going to be there? I feel like in a Greek life, divine non-Greek life space, I do think they're going to be present because those are songs people step and stroll to and stuff like that. And my LB had a good point when it came to the amount of people in each of those organizations that have ties to those songs or specific routines to those songs. So I don't see them going anywhere, but I do feel like people of today, like the 18, 19-year-olds, don't know what the hell Back That Ass Up is, don't know what the hell 400 Degrees is. I don't think that they know these things. So I don't know. I guess that'd be a question I'll ask the audience. For that younger space, do y'all know this music? Do y'all know who Cash Money is? And I'm thinking y'all don't, because y'all thought Cash Money was gonna be Nicki, Drake, and Wayne, and then realized that was YMCMB. Okay. But with that being said, shout out to Versus. Looking for more coming down the pipeline. Now, last but certainly not least, I wanted to do a just shout out thing of just people I've been tapping into. This is not Artist Spotlight. Artist Spotlight, I have decided officially will return next season. I know. I want to just bring it back the right way, and I feel like it'll be a lot better coming in the new year. So something I can have people looking forward to. But I do still want to acknowledge the new spaces in music in which I'm finding. So I think for the remainder of this year, I'm going to start just having spaces of just shouting out artists and just shouting out music that I'm vibing with as of recently. Y'all, it's a girl I came across named Cash Kyla. Shout out to her real quick. Cash Kyla got some bangers, child. I saw on her Apple playlist yesterday. She has music from 2023 up until now. She just put out, I believe it's called Cash Talk Reloaded. Um, but she go crazy. She had a song called "Give Me Your Beat." Oh my God. Somebody give me your beat so I can show my bitches who not to play with. I'm like, oh, all right. She goes crazy. And I was getting to her project, Cash Talk overall, about a week ago. And she's a hard spitting lady. She remind me of Cash Dog. Like she spits, girl. Like she goes hard. So I want to really shout her out and encourage her to look into her. Cash Kyla. That is KASHKYLA. Cash Kyla. Second, there's this boy that I've been seeing on my timeline out of the blue recently. His name is Sweet Face Killer. And I believe he what's that band name from what's that one group? He the son of that one is it Ghostface? Ghostface Killer? Oh, I think that's who it is. I could be wrong. I forget his name, but his name is Sweetface Killer. And he got some bangers too, y'all. And he from the LGBT space. Like, I know I'm gonna have to advocate because I really just love to see people not only be themselves in their music, but also not make it all around their sexuality. You know what I mean? Like it's a part of who people are, but it's not like you're more than that. You know what I mean? That's my beef with Lil Nas. Y'all. I ain't gonna get into it right now, but the LGBT space, especially artists and musicians in that environment, I love to see when they make it more than just their sexuality while still being themselves. You know what I mean? And I feel like Sweetface Killer definitely does that. So check him out as well as Sweetface Killer on Instagram. And then lastly, Kaylani with this homage pack. Girl, I gotta clap it up for you, for real. Cause that Child, Kaylani got y'all doing laundry again. Got y'all folding y'all clothes up and shit. So she put out a homage pack with variations of folded from collaborations with other artists, including Brandy, JoJo, what's that man named Tank, and a few other people. She really went crazy with that. And it's Mario and a few other people who, just contribute to that R&B vibe. I just love stuff like that, and it remind me of like the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, when all the R&B songs was just so lovey-dovey. You know what I mean? When people was crying in the rain. And sitting in the rain and just distraught, begging for you to come back, stuff like that. So shout out to Kaylani for just not only acknowledging the roots of where she originates from as far as an artist, but giving that space and that platform to other artists, bringing some of those people back to the current day, and the focus of what R&B really, really is. So to all those creators in that space, continue doing great things. And y'all check out these new artists because it's new people coming out every single day. And it's some talent in the world. That's what I will say. Talent is not running out. We are not low on talent. Okay, so as I continue to find new people and stuff, I'm on Apple Music now because I did remove my stuff from Spotify, or my account from Spotify. I don't have Spotify no more, and I will be putting my music down off of Spotify relatively soon because they don't know how to treat artists and they stealing from people. So I want to make sure we standing 10 toes behind that. So I'm gonna be getting more into the new music, and I will say Apple Music makes it a lot easier to like find the music. And it's aligned to something I already listen to. So, yeah, get into that. So next up on the docket, we will be getting into our creative advice segment, y'all. Yeah. So y'all, these last few months have been so fun as far as the creative space has gone, and I think a lot of the advice in which I've been sharing has been things again, and has always been things that I've taken in my own journey as far as kingdom goes, as far as being a music artist goes, as far as that entrepreneurial space goes. It's been a ride, and I think I'm in a space now where we have to be comfortable investing in ourselves. So today, that's going to be the topic. Invest in yourself. I think, especially being in that creative space, sometimes truly investing in you is hard. Right. It's hard. Not because you don't want to, not because you're not passionate, not because you're not, believing in yourself. Sometimes it could be those things. Sometimes it is a barrier of getting through that imposter syndrome and you getting through that blockade you may put up for yourself because you're seeing yourself in a bigger light than what you may already be in. But a lot of the time it's not that. A lot of the time it's the lack of resources for many. People don't have the time. People may, have work and jobs, and like I say all the time, yeah, I be working, clocked in, doing this, doing that. I be having to find the time to manage everything. Sometimes it's a resource thing. You don't have the space, you don't have the materials, you don't have the knowledge, the education, you don't have the mentorship, you don't have the financial money. You ain't got the resources to put in to your space, and I think we I think sometimes that sense of lack or focusing on what we don't have can also be self-imposed blockades we put up for ourselves to justify the reasons as to why we're not moving forward, or to justify why we're not putting our plans into action, or to justify why we get stuck in the planning phase. Following me? Now, investing in yourself first is an understanding that you are the visionary. And I've said this in prior episodes many times. You are the visionary, right? Nobody can go in your head and take out your thoughts and implement what you think in real time for you. So investing in yourself, and the reason why it's called investments, and it's an investment, is because it can go up, it can go down, but it's on you at the end of the day. And if you are truly passionate, truly serious about anything that you're doing, especially in this creative space, you're going to see it through during the good times and the motherfucking bad. Hello. Like I'm saying, when it comes to the investment part, I'm at the part now with Kingdom where, and I've already been doing this, I've been doing the investment, child. It's been me, it's still me, it's all me. So I've been putting investment in since day one. All the planning nights, all of the purchases from equipment to lights to cameras to music equipment to studio sessions to software to educational sessions to conferences to gas to it's me, him. I do that. And it's again, part of it is just that fun, the interest, the passion behind it, but it can become daunting, and at times you may have to decide, do I want to invest in this and pursue what I'm still on, or should I go pay this bill? Should I go ahead and go to this event and miss out on this event? Should I go ahead and go this route and not that route? It's not always as cut and dry as it seems, but that investment in yourself is not only gonna pay off in the long run, but it's meant to be around for the long run. That's what the investment is. So, when it comes to having the resources and finding the time, if you passionate about something for real, you're going to find the time. You're going to find the resources. When you're tired, you're going to get up. You know what I'm saying? When you spend the money on that bill, you're gonna go find some money to go pursue that studio time. You know what I mean? You're gonna put the work in because it's part of the story. It's part of the hustle. It's part of the growth. Okay. I'm in sessions now. We things are moving. And I was telling my friends the other day, like, I'm low key. Now I'm not gagging, but it's like it's crazy sometimes to see like things you've been planning for so long, you've strategized around for so long, go into effect. Right? You start seeing it come to fruition, and you're like, hold up. You prayed for things, you asked for things, and when it starts to come your way, you start gagging, you cry, you woe is me. You get what I'm saying? I told this to my sister the other day. When you ask God for stuff, you got to be prepared for when you receive it. When you ask for change, ooh, that old shit gets removed. And you got to be okay with that old shit getting removed. Child, you want that new house, you got to be okay getting up out of that one you renting. Hello? You want that new car, you got to be okay letting go of that one that you have. Okay? You want that new mug, you want that new girl, you got to be okay letting go or sitting single for a little bit. Hello, somebody. You get what I'm saying? So when you're asking for growth, when you're asking for change and expanded spaces and just a bigger reach, you got to be ready for what comes with that. And that all ties back into that investment. Okay? That investment, the seeds that you plant are the fruits that you will reap. So invest in yourself. Cash, I got a song where she say that. Bet on yourself if you gonna roll the dice on anything. Hello, because it's at the end of the day, it's gonna be you. And if you standing 10 toes behind you, you ain't gonna go nowhere. So invest in yourself. Add that money in there. Be aware you may not make it back. But everything ain't about the revenue generation. Sometimes the money being put in is just for you to be present, for you to get that exposure, for you to get that lesson. Go ahead, put that time in. Skip that party. Skip that function. Okay? Ignore that text message. You're going to have to let go of things to properly invest in you. And sometimes the things that you have to let go of are things that you have no issues with. You like. You get what I'm saying? You comfortable. But that investment makes you uncomfortable. And when you are uncomfortable, that's when growth is actually started. That's literally the first step of growth, is you being out your comfort zone. What the hell is going on here? The hell is going on here? So go ahead and invest in yourself. Put that time in. Scared money don't make no money. And in the words of Milwaukee, if I ever go broke, I'm going to take your money. Okay? Put that time in. Put that energy in. And also think about how your investment comes back to you. Like I said before, money may not always come back. Just be aware of that. You might lose some money, but that comes with the territory. Okay? You might put some time in. Your time is wasted. It comes with the territory. Okay? It's all part of the journey. And you cannot be afraid or shy away from the journey. You can't be afraid to fuck up, to fail. We in a time where people don't like looking like they failed. And I'm shut up now. I'm speaking that to myself. We are in a time where people don't like to look like they failing, to look like they messed up because of social media. Everything is, oh, it's perfect over there. Oh, look what this. I just bought this house. I just did. But people are afraid to mess up, to fail. And that's really where part of the development comes from. Now you know what not to do. And when you come in understanding you're going to fail, everything is not going to go 100% as planned. When you understand that, you have so much more freedom, so much more comfortability. And once you fail, you ain't gonna give a damn no more. I done failed. All right, now what? Let's try this again. I know not to go that route. So invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Put that time, that energy, that money behind you. And if you serious about what it is you're doing, if that's music, fashion, whatever it may be, it will pay off. It will. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Be safe in these streets and continue to grow in your crafts. Okay. And again, remember, invest in yourself. So y'all, with that being said, this will conclude episode 14 of motherfucking Royal Voices podcast. Okay. Hey. Y'all, I've been just feeling these last few weeks, I've been feeling so busy. Work been on my heels, you know what I mean? Kingdom been on my heels, my fraternity been on my, it just feels so much just going on. I am tired. I am tired, but y'all, I am pushing. I am pushing, finding finding time to take care of me, because I had to learn the hard way some years ago, child, that again, if you don't prioritize yourself, don't nothing else get done. So I do take some time to sit and relax, drink your water, you know what I'm saying? Eat healthier, eat healthy. You know, everything can't be fast. Okay, sometimes you got to get things in a pinch, but go ahead and kick that meal every now and then. You can go ahead and turn that stove on. Music is on the way. I told y'all last episode that Scary Hours might be getting pushed back, and it's looking like it's gonna get pushed back. But I might have a little surprise if everything goes good on Halloween Day. Cause I got a little one. Y'all want a little snippet right now? Y'all, do y'all want a little snippet of what Scary Hours is giving right now? What y'all thinking? I don't know. I guess I'll play a little one too of what Scary Hours is giving. We can get into it a little bit.
Bitch. Creeping up like fuck you mean. Boogeyman, say my name like 1, 2, 3. Here I am, snatch your eyes, niggas can't see me. Look a treat, think it's sweet. Fuck around and see. Trick or treat, bitch.
Okay, that's enough. How you feel about that? That's enough. I don't know. We gonna see. I got things moving. I'm just hoping stuff is uploaded by the day of. But if not, we gonna go ahead and post things on this YouTube here, just to make sure people get access to it on Halloween Day. Okay. It's a lot. Y'all, I've been busy. I've been moving. I've been grooving. I ain't been stagnant. I'm so happy to announce that the Kingdom Conference is in fruition. Y'all. Yes. We are planning that now, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. And soon we gonna have a Kingdom event annual that brings creatives in one space, and it's going to be unlike any other experience existing today. You're going to leave with tangible things, baby, to elevate your career, elevate your network, and launch pad you forward into the creative space, into entrepreneurship. I'm so excited. I am so excited, y'all. We got some clothing stuff coming on along the lines as well. I'm telling y'all, King been working, baby. King been working. So I'm just excited. I am so excited, and I cannot wait for y'all to get involved and engage in all of these things. Can't wait for y'all to hear this music. Can't wait for y'all to get into this. It's so much going on. So with that being said, to make sure that you don't miss anything going on in the world of Kingdom, make sure you follow us on our socials at kvngdom.co on Instagram and TikTok. Follow the podcast, Royal Voices Podcast, all one word, on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And then, of course, following the host, the kid, King J, on Instagram at _JAYTHEDON_. And the link tree in my bio has access to everything else I get involved in. Of course, kingdom.com, kvngdom.com. Get your Kingdom Essentials today. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into episode 14 of Royal Voices Podcast Season 2. And until next time, remember, we reign forever. Oh, and by the way, Halloween is this Friday, y'all. Enjoy your Halloween season. If it's getting spooky for you, looking forward to seeing all the costumes and all of that. So with that being said, I'm going to give y'all a little more of this snippet as we go ahead and get up out of here. Remember, we reign forever. Y'all have a good one.